Okay, thank you. I'll make this quick. Rather than go through the intricacies of the qualitative analysis, what I'm going to do is look at it. I abstracted the project goals from the project proposal, and I just took some selected quotes from the focus groups that illustrate the range of reactions that the students had, and then some conclusions I drew from the analysis of the themes that were in those focus groups. I'm going to start with, that's what I was just saying. All right, one of the goals was improvement in attitudes toward mathematics and decrease in math anxiety. And the range of reactions to this, the range of statements, is considerable. And the sort of the positive side, students said, can't wait until the next day I go to math. It's going to be super fun. How often do middle school students say that about math? We're going to learn a whole bunch of things and have fun. On the other extreme, as you can tell, like, I suck at math, and like, I'm trying and it doesn't work. It's not getting in. It's not in my brain. Right. Now, I wasn't able to determine or to really get much of a clue as to whether or not this is represent change, because I didn't have pre-post data. But obviously, the range of attitudes towards math varied considerably, and there's places in between those two extremes. But for the most part, the statements were fairly extreme. Neutral statements were rare. Again, middle school kids have pretty strong feelings about mathematics, as you probably know. But I think to me, this is really a guess as much as anything else. To the extent that some students express positive attitudes toward a subject for which middle school students typically have little enthusiasm, that might be able to be seen as a positive attitude. I think if you can get one or two middle school kids to say they don't hate math, you're ahead of the game. Another goal had to do with improvement in engagement with math. And again, the extremes are represented by these two quotes. One, and it would make you like really, really want, you would, one day you'd be all happy and you'd be like, can't wait until the next day I go to math. On the other hand, I don't like math. I don't care if I'm good or not, but I just hate math. You might have heard that before if you've been in a classroom. And again, it's not possible from the qualitative data to determine whether sentiments such as those represent long-held attitudes and degrees of engagement with math or improvements in engagement levels attributable to participation in the project. So that was sort of ambiguous outcome. Another goal was to improve math or algebra achievement and to foster a greater awareness of real-world math applications. The first part isn't really a qualitative question, but as far as the real-world math applications, this is a major theme that came through across the focus groups, as indicated by a quote such as this. I like that the activities was fun and still had to do with math, like our baking activity, how we had to do with measurements, and it was still fun. If you ever taught math to kids, you get this question, when am I going to ever use this? And this is, I think, this was found throughout the focus groups. The kids, there's very, I think, explicit focus on how this can be used in practical situations. And the second quote here is also fairly positive. I think it'd be cool to see how math is like correlated to other subjects that we learn in school, so like science, reading, and social studies. And then one of the goals was to encourage enrollment in gifted education math program, a club in middle school, or a STEM honors certificate program in high school. And this is a give and take between a facilitator who's doing the focus group and students. The facilitator said, okay, great. Do you think it helped you to become more motivated to learn math better, and apply math more? Students said, yes. Can you give me an example, maybe, how you might do that in the future? Like, I think I'll join another math program during the summer. Again, spending part of your summer learning math is, I think, an achievement. On the other hand, abstracted from another focus group, the interviewer asked, okay, is anybody in here in a math club in their school? Oh, no. No, we don't have one. Nope, we have one, but I didn't want to be in it. I'd look weird in there. Okay, is anybody in here, the facilitator, the interviewer, okay, is anybody in here in the math club at their school? Oh, no. No, we don't have one. Nope, we have one, but I didn't want to be in it. I think it looked weird in there. It's the same thing again. Sorry. The takeaway from this seems to be that Beam encouraged some students to seek out additional math activities, whereas other students, not surprisingly, were less interested in doing so. it's possible, maybe probable, that these decisions, especially the negative ones, reflected social issues as much as liking or disliking math, as suggested by the statement of student one to the effect that I look weird in there. And there was a major theme running through this. It had very little to do with math per se, but the social status and social standing in school vis-a-vis other students. And then one of the things that got a lot of positive remarks from the students had to do with the enrichment activities, the actual curricular aspect of the program. And these remarks are pretty typical. A student said, I feel like they taught it in a different way that was more like funner to learn, I guess. Or another one, I kind of forgot most of the things I learned the year before, so she helped me remember and also taught me new things that would help in the group. And another said, it makes you think out the box, and it helped me think more, focus more, use my brain more. We actually learned some things there. Like they taught us new stuff we don't usually learn and stuff, and I feel like we can use this in our high school years. Okay? And then the final thing I mentioned is that the mentors who are involved in the project and the teachers really got good press from the kids and from others as well. One mentor, talking about the lessons, the enrichment activities, said, I thought they were super engaging. I really liked a lot of the variety of stuff. It was like, ooh, I want to steal those from my classroom kind of a deal. Stuff that I never thought of. And then also learning the math side and doing these types of things. That was really cool because a lot of kids wrote about it as their reflections later. Because we do reflections in the school, like relating to what math activities you really enjoyed. The ones that actually were in the program actually mentioned those activities more than some of the ones I do in my classroom. Okay. So, again, the mentors and teachers were highly regarded. The mentor said that the teacher was really supportive, too. He would pull us in a corner to talk to us about our projects. So this is from a student. Whether we feel like we are on the right track and if we're going to finish on time, things like that. He was our mom. So overall, the students found the adults in the projects to be friendly, encouraging, accessible, and capable. And then I can't see this because it's off the screen. This analysis of the qualitative data obtained through the student interviews paints a mostly positive picture of Project BEAM. Student responses concerning changes in attitudes toward math, experiences of math anxiety, and engagement with math revealed a range of feelings and activities. A theme of positivity, however grudging, toward math emerged. And I can't see the rest of it, but it's probably irrelevant. So that's the last slide. Okay. All right.